The most searched automotive question on the internet. What is offset? There are plenty of tutorials, articles, videos, and more on what this question means. Seems like a pretty straightforward question with a pretty straightforward answer, right? Wrong! There are plenty of intricacies when it comes to the sizing of your car's wheels. The four main ones being diameter, width, offset, and backspacing. And unfortunately, wheel manufacturers can do some funky things that might not always yield the result that you want when buying new wheels for your car. That's why it's important to get as specific as possible with every single measurement that you can get. So let's talk about what you came here for. I'll use my championship white TE37 as an example. And no, that is not poop on the front. It's just melted chocolate from an old TikTok that I did. Ignore it. Offset is the measurement in millimeters between the center line of your wheel and where the mounting surface is on the wheel. I drew some lines here for demonstration purposes, and hopefully this dry erase marker comes off because I'm screwed if it doesn't. If your wheel has a 0 millimeter offset, that means that the mounting surface of your wheel matches the exact center of your barrel. Now, there are two terms that are used to describe wheels offset, a positive offset and a negative offset. Here's where people get confused, so I will lay it out as clear as I possibly can. Positive offset means the mounting surface of your wheel is moved to the street-facing part of your wheel's barrel. This in turn will push the rest of your barrel back into your car. A common thing to look out for when running a positive offset is clearance issues. Sometimes people will get way too aggressive with a positive offset and push the entire barrel into your suspension parts, brake lines, coilovers, and cause a ton of problems. Most, if not all modern cars, especially front wheel drive cars, run a slightly positive offset. This allows for wheels to be tucked into the fender wells more, optimizing your suspension's geometry. If you're running a safe and conservative positive offset, you should be fine with clearance issues unless you have upgraded suspension components that have taken up more room inside the wheel well. Now for the negative offset, the mounting surface will move towards the car, pushing the front of the barrel out towards the street. It's rare to see cars come with a negative offset from the factory. Actually, I doubt there's any car that does, but if you know one, comment it down below. Negative offset wheels will usually be for performance-related builds, VIP builds, or show cars. A negative offset will help with clearance issues on your car or truck if you have upgraded suspension components. This will allow for full clearance so you don't have any rubbing issues that can lead to damage on the wheel, tire, suspension, anything. A negative offset can also give you more room to run fatter tires if you're tracking your car, or if you have an off-road build and you need the tire to cover more surface area on the ground. A wider stance from a negative offset wheel can also give you better stability depending on what you're doing with your car. When it comes to VIP builds or show car builds, a lot of people will run negative offset because of just the aesthetics of it. Throwing some crazy poke on a slam car is a surefire way to make sure people react to your car, whether that's a good reaction or a bad reaction. So that's offset. If the face goes towards the street and the barrel goes towards the car, positive. If the face goes towards the car and the barrel goes towards the street, negative. The next measurement we'll talk about is backspacing. It's incredibly similar to offset. Backspacing used to be the go-to method. It was easier to measure with older cars because there were less suspension components and things to bump into in the back of the wheel. Offset is measured in millimeters, where backspacing is measured in inches. And instead of positive and negative numbers, there's just one measurement. To measure backspacing, you'll measure from the back of the mounting surface to the back of the barrel. An easy way to do this is by getting something flat, laying it on the back of your wheel, and dropping your measuring tape right in there to the back of the mounting surface. And the point where they meet is the backspacing. The backspacing of this wheel is 7 inches. Most modern wheels will only give you the offset measurement, but if you can have both the offset and backspacing measurement, it will help you make the most informed choice possible when purchasing new wheels. Let's hit the last two measurements that you want when getting a set of new wheels, and I'll send you on your way. Diameter and width are the easiest measurements to get, but they will impact your offset and backspacing. To measure diameter, you might think you just grab your tape measure and go top to bottom, and unfortunately, you would be incorrect. And that's okay, because we all make mistakes. And that's what makes us human. You're gonna wanna do a little bit of guesswork when measuring the diameter of your wheels. The diameter of the wheel is technically the top of the barrel to the bottom of the barrel rather than lip to lip. It'll be easier to measure if you're looking from the side of the wheel. Take your tape measure and try and line it up with the top of the barrel. The diameter of this wheel is 18 inches. This is also kind of the same deal for measuring width. Instead of just going from the furthest point to the furthest point, you'll want to measure from bead seat to bead seat. On some wheels, there will be a cool little bead knurling that looks like a bunch of little grooves, and that will make finding your bead seat a lot easier. So when we measure from bead seat to bead seat, it comes out to 8.5 inches. The width of the wheel has an incredibly important relationship with the offset of the wheel. Say you have an 18x10 wheel with a plus 20 millimeter offset, 18-inch diameter, 10-inch width, positive 20 millimeter offset. You might look at your car and go, huh, that flush fitment is ugly, and I want to get a tucked or poked fitment with my wheels, and you decide to look for bigger wheels than come stock. You find a dope set of 19x11s with a plus 20 millimeter offset. Same offset, it should work, right? Wrong! Offset is relative to wheels. A 20 millimeter offset on a wheel with a width of 11 inches will push the barrel another ½ inch back into your wheel well, as opposed to a 20 millimeter offset on a wheel with just 10 inches of width. Everything with aftermarket wheels is a game of balance. You change one number, the other numbers have to change. Your job is to figure out if the wheel will fit how you want it to, and will it fit with any extra modifications that you've done. It's a tough job. It's almost impossible. And that's why our friends over at Fitment Industries have built an insane gallery where people have uploaded anything and everything under the sun. You can find your exact car's make and model and look at all different sizes of wheels that people have run on that car. They cover everything from brand of the wheel, make of the wheel, diameter, width, backspacing, offset, what other mods are installed in the car, spacers, everything. It is the most comprehensive wheel database on the internet. Now, you know what? It's the most comprehensive wheel database in the history of the world. I know there's a lot of content out here covering this exact topic, so I hope I taught you something new. And if you're a beginner in the car scene watching this video, we're happy to have you. Welcome to the death of your paychecks. If you're looking for a new set of wheels for your car and you don't know where to start, head to our website, vividracing.com, or I'll drop a bunch of links down in the description. And if you watch this full video and you're still unsure of the next steps to take in getting new wheels, we have a ton of performance specialists that will walk you through each step in the process and make sure that you get the right fitment for your car and your needs. Subscribe below. I'm Shane. This is Vivid. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.